Feelings. What does it really mean? What does the term actually tingle inside you when you say feelings? Feelings mean different things to different people. It means different emotions to different people. Feelings is nothing but mostly our reactions to things that we do. Feelings are mostly a reaction to our own actions. We feel good when we think we're doing something good. We feel bad when we think we're guilty of doing something we shouldn't have. And then we feel anxious, then we feel positive. Some days we feel energetic, some days we are motivated, some days everything changes, feelings change. The only current feeling that I have right now amidst all the pandemic and the news and the new numbers that come to our attention every day is definitely a lot of panic and anxiety. This current COVID-19 situation definitely has all of us, the whole world is under the fear of what's going to happen next and who's going to be the next target and when is this really going to stop. None of us really know when will this come to an end. I look at the world. I'm confined in the middle of my house and between my four walls. I sit on a high rise on the 39th floor and look out my balcony, and all I can see is this huge landscape, this huge greenery around me, the skies, the beautiful clouds. It's a bit of a rainy day today, so I see the beautiful nature in all its glory. But I see everything peace, everything quiet, everything just calm right now. But there is so much chaos within this peace and quiet inside all of us. On the outside, everything looks calm, everything looks so peaceful. But right now, all of us are going through the same feeling. I think this is Mother Nature's way of telling us to pause, to actually step back, to rethink, reevaluate, and refresh our lives. They're giving us the isolation for us to go within ourselves and think about what we wanted to do. The reason why I'm doing this podcast today is because I'd written an article some years ago on something called the last wish. We all always, burden ourselves or our minds or ambitions with the whole understanding of, there's going to be a last wish. My last wish is going to be this, or my bucket list is to do blah, 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 blah. But we never really end up doing any of it because we keep piling it on with other things and the chaos around us, and those things actually never get fulfilled. So when it comes to knowing what our last wishes is when we actually sit down and think about everything, and then is when we think, if this was my last day, probably this is what I wanted to do. Probably this is the time to do it. I have always wanted to be somebody in the voice industry, somebody who could be a radio jockey. I sing, I love to sing, I write, I create content. But mostly it is driven with emotions. I write whether I'm too happy or just sad or just overwhelmed with emotions. But probably this is the time for all of us to pick our talents, pick our traits, pick our ambitions and all the last wishes which are at the back of our heads and under the pile of all the work and chaos around us. Finally, it is the time to use constructively and positively and do things we've always wanted to do. This is the time to uplift yourselves. This is the time to make sure you spread as much positivity around you as much as you can. Hence, I finally took the plunge. I finally thought, let me start the podcast today. Let me not wait another day to share my feelings with you guys. To share that we're all in this together. We're all gonna fight it together. We're all gonna come out of it together. No matter what happens, humanity is the biggest religion among all of it. I believe in rare connections. I believe in human connections. I believe in our connection with the universe. to tell you guys a secret, I was actually writing a book on rare connections, which I stopped writing years ago. I still have to fill in the chapters and finish the book. Probably this is the time I should be doing that too. I urge all of you to go back to your ambitions, to go back to your dreams, to go back to your feelings and your last wishes, and make them happen right now. Because right now is the perfect time, and we do not have an excuse anymore. Thank you for listening to my first ever attempt at the podcast. This is Navjot signing off. Thank you so much. Be positive, and we all are in this together. Thank you.